Right. Hey, y'all. Welcome back. Okay. We're giving this a second try. Round number two. For those of you who are chiming in, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know because you might be able to, you might not be able to. And if you're not able to, we're going to have to start all over again. Y'all let me know if you can hear me or not. I need to delete this video. Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Trying to delete a video, but I can't remember rightly how to do it at this moment. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Empty nested. Show more. Show less. Okay, I'll figure out in a minute. Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Oh, wait, I'm not even on the thing that can tell me if you hear me or not. Oh, very good. Okay. Hey, y'all. Very nice. Hey, Kim. Good to see y'all. Okay. Very good. All right. I was trying to delete that other video, but for some reason, it's not letting me be great. Okay. This is probably it. Very good. Live video. View. Streamed. That was this one. I'm going to delete that one. Delete. Okay. Now I'm going to see if I can find me now. Do y'all see me now? Or did I delete y'all out again? Lord have mercy. Kim, can you still see me? Ladybug, can y'all still see me? Child. Because I'm not seeing it. Okay. It'll come up at some point. Very good. All right. Here's the thing. So, for my Instagram folks, I know for sure that you, oh Lord, now I done turned the light out. What is going on? The devil is a lie. I am I'm gonna do this video in Jesus' name. Okay. So for my Instagram folks, I know that for sure you all did not see the video where I talked about online dating and how I met my person, because for some reason I just did that on YouTube. So if you want to see that video, you need to go back to my YouTube channel, and there is a video and it's titled "The Conversation I Never Thought I Would Have," or something like that, where it talks about me meeting the person that I have been dating for the last 6 months. So if you want to see that video, that's where it is. Now, YouTube folks, somebody asked in the comments, I believe it was somebody in the comments asking me which website I used. Oh, very good. Thank y'all. So I was going to give just a little bit of update on what I used and how it worked out for me, because I know that some people were interested. Now, y'all do me a favor, like the video, share, subscribe. I probably should be going on TikTok as well, but I'm going to move along. I'm just going to move along. Like the video, share, subscribe, comment, do all the things, because that's just going to help push us out into the algorithm. And that's what we need to have happen. Now, for the Instagram folks, so for the last 6 months, I've been dating. I just turned 50. My birthday was in February the 5th. I turned 50. And I gave online dating a try back in July of 2025. Now, I have done online dating. It's been about 5 years ago. So in 2021, I tried, and then I tried before in 2016. So I am a long time person. It takes me a minute, especially after I have a bad experience. Like, I don't have time for this. So how did I get to the online platform? Couple of things are very true for me. One, I don't get out a lot. I am always at home, I'm at church, or I'm at work, or I'm with my kids somewhere. My kids have been in travel, taekwondo. We didn't do ball. We did a lot of taekwondo. So my younger kids, for sure, we were always traveling with martial arts. Now, I know that may not seem like a thing to some people, but it's a thing at our house. And so between me traveling with the kids and being a single parent, I didn't have a lot of time to go out and meet people. You would even think going to different events, you would meet people, but the majority of the people were already married or in a situation. And I am not that person that's coming between anybody in their situation. That's not my jam. I'm not your side chick, your second girl, or whatever else. That's for other people. That's not for me. So because that was the case, my life was very, very compartmentalized between work, church, and home. And in home, I include my kids. I had been listening to a gentleman, and I am going to name drop here. If you don't like this person, that's your business. Live your best life and don't come for me. But when you are a woman like me, who didn't grow up with male figures outside of my grandfather, my grandmother were married for 50 years. My grandfather wasn't trying to date nobody else. He was married. And so I don't have a lot of dating experience. And again, when my ex-husband left our family, I was 33 years old. 33 years old. I met him when I was 15. We started dating at 16, and he left at 30. We got married at night. I was 19. He left at 33. And so that was the only experiences that I had. I have never dated. I didn't know anything about dating. And so I was very limited in my view of what it should look like. With that being said, I had started listening to a guy on YouTube, and his name is Tony Gaskins. He is also on Instagram. I don't know if he's on TikTok or whatever else. I know he's on YouTube is where I watched him, and on Instagram. Now, he is supposed to be one of the top relationship gurus. I know everybody's a relationship guru now. Everybody is an expert in relationships. I get it. I'm not disputing that with you. I'm not arguing with you in the comments about your expertise. I'm just telling you who I listen to. And I have been listening to him for several years. Now, I have not listened to him a ton in the most recent past, but I have been listening to him in like 2020, 2021. Because I was trying to get back out there, see what was out there. And I was doing it very wrong. I was giving too much information. I was letting people into a space, in my, on my phone, talking to people that were really not interested in me for what I was interested in. And so throughout the years, I just listened to him. He was giving good advice, telling the ladies how men operate. And then sometimes he would go back and tell the men, this is how women operate. Not really too much telling men how women are, but mostly telling us how men are or should be. And then I also listened to another gentleman. He's much older. His name is Dr. R.C. Blakes. R.C. Blakes. He is on YouTube as R.C. Blakes, and he is on Instagram. I don't know his Instagram handle for sure, but his name is Dr. R.C. Blakes. He's a pastor. And he also does biblical relationships. Him and his wife, Pastor Lisa, they do an institute called, what is it? Mordecai? Something Mordecai. I can't remember. Something Mordecai. I can't remember all the names because, again, I haven't listened to them a ton in the recent past, but I had been listening before. Now, I heard this from Tony Gaskins, and I can't say that I thought it was good information at the time, but it was good information now. He said, if you are R.C. Blake, I love R.C. Blakes. I love Dr. R.C. Blake. He does something called Queenology. And then him and his wife have a mentorship group called Mordecai something. And I even looked up doing the mentorship, but it was a little bit beyond my price range. And I was not willing. It's not that I wasn't willing. It just wasn't in my budget to join that, because it was a little pricey, but you do get a lot for the price. I just didn't have that in my budget. So I was trying to pick and pull different pieces for me that would work for me. So Tony Gaskins, I was listening to him some time ago, and he said online dating is a scam. He said, when you look at the platforms out here, he said it is really a scam. And he said the only people who really should be trying to do online dating is if you're 50 or over. He said, if you're less than 50, you can really meet a person anywhere. Now, before I continue, let me just say this. I'm not promoting online platforms. I'm telling you my experience. I'm not saying you should go out here and join the platform. I'm telling you my experience. I'm not telling you that this is right for you. I'm just telling you my experience. Absolutely, absolutely. And so whatever you choose to do for you is for you. Don't say Shima told me, because nobody could convince me. I had to be convinced, and I had to pray about it, and I had to get a confirmation from the Lord and talk to my sister and all those types of things for me to move forward. So that's my disclaimer. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm giving you my experience. So when I heard Tony Gaskins say that when you're 50, you pretty much have a better chance at trying to find somebody, I was like, okay, I'm getting ready to turn 50. I was 49 and a half in July when I decided, hey, I'm going to give this a try. I was 49 and a half. I said, listen, I'm going to see what's out there because I know my life. I don't go out to a lot of social functions. In my church, there are no single men. We don't fellowship with other churches, giving me an opportunity to meet other single men in the same kind of fellowship that I fellowship in. We don't fellowship. Even when I go to my dad's church, everybody's married or they're old. That's just the truth of the matter. So I had to ask myself, what platform would be best for somebody my age? Now, I'll say this. I was watching just last week, for some reason, I don't know why this came up in my search criteria on YouTube, but it was talking about the dangers of online dating. And it was telling some horrible stories. So before you step your pinky toe out here, you better go see what's out there for real. You got to have a word of the Lord for sure before you do this, because people are not well. Some people are not well in their brain space, and they are out here preying on people, vulnerable people. And sometimes women can fall prey to that. I'm not saying it can't happen to men, but generally it's women looking. And I had to heal. I had to get my mind together, and I had to know what I was looking for in advance. And I had to be willing to say, nope, I was not vulnerable to the point where I was going to you know what, new people here. Let me just tell you, new people here. Stop chasing. What's for you will come to you. Who is chasing, sir? I'm too big to run anywhere. No, nobody my size is running anywhere. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so I had to be willing to say to myself, if this wasn't going in a positive direction, I can leave it alone. I'm very fine with leaving it alone. Just saying no, blocking people immediately. Because when I was in a different headspace, it was like you accept anything. But I had criteria. There were things that I was asking the Lord for specifically. And I was like, okay, let me figure out where I can find what I'm looking for or be available. Proverbs 18:22, he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord. My husband's never going to find me if I'm in my house, because I'm not letting him in the front door. I'm not going to let anybody in the front door unless they somebody to service the house. And those people don't ever come in the house. So I had to be open-minded to putting myself in a position to be found, if that makes any sense, because nobody chasing nobody over here. All right. So I knew from past experience, again, I tried it in 2016, was not for me, had a man up there separated. And I didn't even read it right. Like, I don't separate. You still married. What are you doing up here, sir? You're really still married. Please. What are you doing? And then, of course, I get belligerent with people. I'm like, why are you on here anyway? And you separated. I said I was separated. No, you didn't. You didn't say that. Okay. So 2016, it didn't work. 2021, I met somebody. I met actually two nice people. Still didn't work out. It just wasn't for me then. So I took time to get me together, get Shakima together, get my mind together, listen to people that I felt like were trying to lead me in the right direction. Can somebody on my YouTube put in Tony Gaskins or Dr. R.C. Blake's? Just those were the two guys that I listened to. Listen to whoever else you want to. And the guy from the cruise season, his name is Trill AC. I just recently started listening to him because he has some really good content. They're short form content, but it speaks to where I am in my particular life. So when I had been back there in 2016 and 2021, I had been on every site. So I was watching some documentary that came through my feed the other week on YouTube. It was about online dating disasters. And it was talking about POF. POF was really not a good one because everybody can talk free. So when I started putting myself out there, I knew that the free stuff was not for me, because you're going to get everybody in there, because there's no buy-in. I don't have to pay anything. I don't have to upfront anything. I can just talk to whomever. And when on those type of sites, I find that anybody is on there. So I knew that I needed to be on something that I could communicate with people that, first of all, were willing to pay to communicate. Because anytime you're going to do something that costs you money, You worrying about where your coins are going. And I didn't want to go on the cheapest thing, and I didn't want to go on the most expensive thing. So the two that I decided on, one was Christian Mingle, because I'd done that before in the past. Actually had gotten my password had gotten hacked one time, and I started getting all kind of crazy stuff from everybody. I'm like, what in the devil? So if it say click on this picture, this is your picture, click on, don't click nothing. It's like any other platform, don't click on nothing, because people will get your profile. I started getting just all kind of randomness. I'm like, oh my God, that was back in 2016. So I did Christian Mingle, and I also did eHarmony. Now, those two platforms I knew for me were where I had obtained the most interest in the past. Now, the way that the platforms work now, they're slightly different, but you still have to pay in order to communicate. So I knew for me, if I were going to pay money and somebody else was like, you can't even see what they're saying unless you're a paid member. Now you can see a platform. I mean, you can see a profile. You can see what they wrote. You can see their pictures, but you cannot have any communication unless you are a paid member. Now, eHarmony changed, because before it used to give you unlimited matches. Back in 2021, it gave you unlimited matches. In 25, 6, you only get 30 matches a month based on the plan that I had. So I knew that if I joined eHarmony, they would give me a discount on the price, right? So when I first joined, I just put up the platform, the profile, and I used ChatGPT. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I used ChatGPT. I had put in, I'm Christian, I have kids, I'm a preacher, all of the things I wanted people to know, but I was not the best at communicating. And so it spit out what I should say. And I read a few things, tweaked a couple things, because I wanted it to really be authentic to me. And then I posted that. You can also, if you use your buddy Chad, you can tell it what platform you're going to be using, and it will craft your profile for that particular platform. So I had something for eHarmony and something for Christian Mingle. They were both different, but it will craft for that specific platform. So I knew that once I put the profile up, I needed to wait for my discount, right? Because I wasn't paying right off. And I wasn't real sure in the beginning anyway. I needed to just work my way to this. Now, on both of those platforms, they will allow you to put the profile up. They will allow you to put up pictures. I know on eHarmony for sure, they say the more pictures, the better. I think you get 10 profile pictures. They don't want anybody else in your pictures with you. So not you and your sister. They just want you. They don't want, they want your face, but they also say put your full body so that people actually know what you look like and what they're going to be getting should they choose to engage. So I put up, I know for sure, a lot of pictures that showed my whole body. This is me at this size. This is me at this size. I'm kind of in the middle right now. So this is where I am. And I did the same thing on Christian Mingle. Now, I had better success on eHarmony in 21. So it wasn't like I was putting all my eggs in one basket. I was just trying to see who was going to give me the best deal. Now, this is what worked for me. This may not be for you. I joined in July on eHarmony and Christian Mingle. Now, as soon as I joined eHarmony, like the next day, they were like, if you join for 12 months, we're going to give you a discount. It was something stupid, like 25%. Well, it's $400 and some. 25% is not quite enough for Shakeem. So I ignored that email, because when I had done it in the past, I knew if you waited enough time, they would hit you with that 50% off. I want you to be on this thing and 50% off. So the next email was like a couple weeks later. And it was like, oh, we're going to give you 35% off. Still not enough. That's not enough for me to give up my coins to try to talk to people that I don't even know if real exists, whatever the case. I cannot do it. So I waited. Now, while I was waiting, the reason that I like eHarmony versus Christian Mingle Now, eHarmony has changed a lot. It used to just be men and women. Now they are open to all the things, right? They'll ask you, are you this, looking for this, whatever the case. Again, that's your bag. You jump on that however you want to. I am a woman looking for a man. That's what I put on my thing. It took me aback. I was like, oh, you can, oh, okay, do what you want to do. So what I like about that particular platform is before you actually even get to the part where you're filling out all the information, you have to take like this, what is it called? It's like some kind of personality assessment. It asks you these questions. What color do you like? Do you like rounded rainbows or purple cows? I mean, it was just crazy stuff that didn't make any sense to me at all. But after you answer all those questions, it spits out your dating, I don't even know what to call it. It's not your profile, but it's about you. It sums you up in a like, it gives you a circle and it tells you what your style is and if you're anxious and your strengths and things you need to work on. It gives you all of this great information. And I like it when, I think Dr. R.C. Blake talks about this. He said dating is for data. This, I'm just gathering data. I used to think when we were dating, we were getting married. I don't think that no more. I'm dating for data. I'm dating to see if you fit what I need, and you dating me to see if I fit what you need. And if that ain't it, then okay, we didn't lose anything. Now, once you get that information, that information is then going to give you a score, and it's going to score you with every potential person in your search criteria. You do get search criteria. So you can pick what religion you're looking for. You can pick how far they are from you. You can pick ethnicity. You can pick whether they have kids or not. I mean, you can pick lots of different criteria, and it spits out for you who's in that area. The one thing that I had to adjust on eHarmony was distance, right? Because where I live out here nowhere, right? Ain't nobody out here, and ain't nobody close to me. So I had to be open to long distance, which I'm fine with that. What I find with people in long distance is most people don't have enough income to do long distance, because long distance is going to cost you some money. You're going to either have to take a flight, or they're going to take a flight, or you're going to have to put it on your car, or they're going to have to rent a car, or you're going to have a hotel room. Whatever the case is, long distance is going to cost you something. Then I had to determine how long distance was I willing to be. Now, with modern technology, FaceTime, Google Meet, Zoom, all those types of things, I can do long distance with you because I can see you. We can date on this thing right here. And all I got to do is we can set up the time, and we can cook together, we can eat together, we can do all the things together, right? With modern technology. So for me, I didn't mind it being far. Now, across the country was a bit much. I didn't want to be in North Carolina trying to date somebody in California. That wasn't my jam. I just could not do it. It was too much for me. So again, I put in long distance. I get my criteria like 200 miles. I think that's like a 4 hours, 240 miles, 50 miles, like 4 hours is the max I was willing to go. I'm willing to come. You're willing to come. Whatever we willing to do, that was my max. I didn't mind if they had children, but I wanted older children because I have older children. I don't do little kids. Little kids for me mean you have little kids, mamas in your life, and I'm just not about that. I'm not about to do drama for nobody. I'm beyond that. I didn't give drama to my ex-husband's new wife. I'm not going to get it from anybody else. It's just not for Shakima. So a lot of things I had to work through in order to make sure that I was giving myself the best possible chance to meet somebody. So then right around August, this was in August, I knew for sure they really wanted me to pay, because they said, we're going to give you 50% off. Ding, 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 score, you got me. Because I'm going now from $400 and some for 12 months. I'm now they give you you can get 1 month price, 3 month price, 6 months price, or 12 months. 12 months for me was the best price. And so I said, I can give myself 12 months to find somebody. If not, hey, I didn't lose a ton. I think I was spending like $51 a month. I paid for it in 4 payments. I didn't do it at once. I did the 4 payments. but I'm locked in for those 4 payments. They're going to get their money. And it gave me a year, but it only gave me 30 matches a month, and it would not give me the newest people first. It was just whoever was on there at the time. I was fine with that. I had time. I could search and scroll through. If they don't have pictures, I'm not looking at none of that. If our compatibility score, thank you, Holy Spirit. If our compatibility score was less than 100, I'm not looking at 87s is not a thing for me. I already know, because some people were like 121, 135. Look, these scores are high, and you want me to look at you at 87? We're not compatible at all. And once you pick a person's profile, you can look at your compatibility with their compatibility. It'll say, Shakima, you have this, and Bob has this. You're going to have an issue with this particular thing in a relationship, and this is what y'all need to work on together. He's very secure in his attachment. You're a little anxious in your attachment, and that might cause some problems. eHarmony really gave me a lot of necessary data for me. Remember, I'm an anxious attachment style in dating. I'm working on that. Somebody else in YouTube or even on Instagram for me, please put in Embracing Joy Therapy. Embracing Joy Therapy. That's the account on TikTok that I follow to help me with my anxious attachment style. Her name is Melissa Duvaris Thompson, I think, but her TikTok name is Embracing Joy Therapy. And just by watching her little TikToks, it has helped me to think clearly and to be less anxious. This is the least anxious I've ever been in a relationship. That does not mean that I don't have anxiousness at times. I do. But this is the least anxious I've been. I can go for, several hours without talking to him, and I'm still okay. I have not come up with the idea in my head he's talking to somebody else, he don't like me no more. That's what anxious attachment does. So again, Tony Gaskins, Dr. R.C. Blakes, and Melissa Duvaris Thompson from Embracing Joy Therapy from TikTok is how I have managed this where I am right now. So at the 50% off, I was ready to roll. Now, again, when you sign up, they are going to take your credit card, debit card information, whatever you do, but it's going to auto renew you. It's going to sign you up for auto renewals. No ho, you will not sign Shakima up because 12 months is my max. That's all I got. So after I'd done all the things, I went back in and unchecked auto renew me. I ain't planning to be out here longer than 12 months. That's my maximum. I mean, I don't even plan to be out here 6 months, but I know I'm getting, thank you so much, Mo. I knew that I was going to be in it for 12 months, but I wasn't planning to be out there that long. So I unchecked myself. The other thing that they will do on eHarmony is they verified your phone number. So I was looking for the green check mark to make sure that these people were verified some type of a way. And I had a hard time getting my number verified. I don't even know why. I checked my email. I did all the things. So I actually ended up calling emailing customer support, and they fixed it for me. They saw that I had paid and all the things were well. And so it just verified my account. And I wanted that because I was looking at people who are verified. See, again, you're running into, you don't know who's out here. You don't know what their motives are. You don't know what their final end game is. I know what my end game is. I'm not out here to play with nobody's son. I'm not out here to be your side boo, your side bae, your side chick, or your good night girl. I'm not here for any of that. I have my own particular agenda because I have one. My end game is marriage. This is where I am. So again, that for me, Christian Mingle, I never ended up paying for that one this time. I had paid in the past, but it did not give me that data that I needed. I needed to know who I was compatible with before I try to match. Just because your picture is cute, you might be a 64. That is not compatibility for me. We don't have nothing in common, nothing at all. We might just be the same ethnicity. That's it. You don't believe what I believe. So again, for me, that was the kind of the gold seal for Shakima was I could get that data. And then it gave you all these pretty printouts in color. I'm a visual person. I need to see, do we meet on this point, or how far we are on that point? And maybe we kind of in the middle a bit on this point. Now, I will say this. My person is very, very strong attachment is not the right one. What is it called? I'm anxious attachment, secure. He's a very secure attachment type. all the things that be running through my mind, they don't run through his mind at all. He's like, no, men don't think like that. He don't think like that. Some people do. Because my son, my oldest son, is an anxious attachment, just like me. There are a lot of people like that. But I had to know that about me going in. I had to have rules. Again, 30 minutes. That's all I got. I can't invest in here too much because I have a life to live off of my computer. Now, the other thing that I liked about eHarmony was they send you emails that tell you, hey, be careful. We know you're meeting people on this platform. Make sure you are in well-lit areas. Make sure somebody knows where you are. Make sure you know they got your number, put on your location service. They gave you so much information about safety, and I just kept getting emails about safety, safety, safety. If there were not risks out here, I don't think they would send you the emails about safety. So there are risks, but I was willing at 49 and a half to take the risk because I really did want to meet somebody. I did. And it's not that I didn't meet good people before. At some point along the lines, what I believe versus what they believe just didn't gel, right? So you have to take that for what it is. Another thing they tell you, be very careful before you meet somebody. Don't tell them your address. Don't do, meet them there. Don't drive with you. You get to pick all of that stuff for yourself. But I needed to make sure that I was safe. Now, if they didn't have a profile picture, I just moved along. I don't care what the compatibility score is. I need to see you. I need to see what you look like. If they only had 1 or 2 pictures, I was a little leery. Boo had, I think, 1 picture, but his profile read right. And then again, when he finally asked for my number, which was kind of like a couple interactions down the line, I figured if it went left, I could block him. So when you match with somebody, you get the option to match, or they get the option to match with you. If you do the initial, then you get to match. If they do the initial reach out, then they get to choose to match. You can say yes or no. It's either fine. But then that opens up the messaging part. So we could message, they could message you back, I could message you back. Okay, so that is how that first interaction goes. I would much prefer if they would even let you do a video introduction, because I'm out here in video land. I'd much rather just do a video introduction than to just read it. But that's not where they are right now. And they don't even have the ability for you to do a video chat. I would love that feature. Let me chat with you on here first. Kind of like on Facebook, you can video chat a person. Let me video chat with you in this safe space environment. And in that way, I'll know whether I want to move further or not. So they don't have that yet. But again, if they didn't have pictures, I was like, it's not for me. It's not for me. Because I at least need to, what you hiding? What are you hiding? Right? And I wanted to do the chat on here first. I didn't jump to, can I have your number? No, player, we got to talk up here real quick before I give out my number and stuff. Even when I gave out my number and we talked, we still talked for a minute before we met in person. When we met in person, I had things in place. My daughters were in the restaurant. You don't know what's in my purse, sir. That's all I'm telling you. You don't know what's in my purse. So don't come out here crazy, because I am certified and legal. That's all I'm saying for you. And I believe in my Second Amendment. It's the second for me. So I made sure that I was safe. I made sure we talked at different times of the day. I need to talk to you in the daytime. I need to talk to you in the middle of the day. And I need to talk to you at nighttime. I don't need you good morning, beautiful, and me at 5 a.m., but I can't get you at 9 p.m. because I know you're home with your woman. Player, you ain't about to get me out here. So I need to communicate. I'm a big communication person. Fortunately for me, so is my person. Now, I went through 3 before I met my boyfriend. The first person, he was on that. He wanted his woman, his lover, and then his wife eventually. The second person, it just fizzled. It wasn't even anything. I think we might have exchanged one. I exchanged something. He exchanged something. And that was the end of it. Because I'm always waiting for the man to take that initiative. And it didn't work out like that. So that's fine. But for my friend now, he was very initiating. He was always responding to me. I think even in 6 months, I think I may have called him all of 10 times, if that. He calls me every time. He texts, he leads off with text. Now, that does not mean that I am not reciprocal. There are moments or mornings or afternoons or whatever when I will text him, but I don't call him very often. That has nothing to do with me not wanting to be reciprocal. That has to do with my life is very busy, but I know my time frame. I am able to stop what I'm doing to have a conversation. I don't know your life right now. So I'd much rather when you have a free moment for you to call me and me to stop what I'm doing to communicate. Because again, with my anxious, with that, I ain't calling it mine, with that anxious attachment style, if I call you and you're not able to talk to me right now, now I'm spiraling. Well, why can't he talking? Maybe he's never going to call back and I must have messed it up some type of way. I don't want to do that to me. So I'll wait for you to call me because I can stop what I'm doing at any moment. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. It may not make sense to people, but that's how my brain works. So if you haven't figured it out yet, I chose to go with the eHarmony route. Again, I could pay the payments in 4 payments. It ended up being like $51. For those of you who follow my budgets, you should have seen me. I said a personal thing. It was like $51 and some change. That's what I was paying for those 4 months. So it let me do it in 4 months. You can pay for it at one time, but I didn't want to do all that. I just did it in 4. And then I went automatically and took my renewal off because I don't want to renew. I'm not sure I even want to be out here now. I'm giving it a try. And let me see, what else am I forgetting? Any questions? Y'all put the questions in the comments so I'll know what you want me to answer. But I think I'm telling you all the things that I recall. Oh, on eHarmony also, once you do your I don't know if you have to pay for this or not, but they have like coaches that you can schedule a coaching call with. Like, hey, this is where I am. I'm trying to figure out what is what. Can you help me? Again, I think they would have helped with that anxious attachment style, but I just happened to find somebody else on TikTok, and she's the only person that I follow on TikTok. I don't follow anybody else because I don't need nobody else's information. What she's saying is good enough for me. I also took her, she has a little quiz thing to kind of really tell you. I knew my attachment style to begin with because I had done it before years ago, but I just listened to her and it has helped me. Is it a foolproof? No. Is it a fail safe? Probably not. But what I can tell you is I enjoyed that platform for all of the safeguards that I felt like were in place. If you do Christian Mingle, right? Because this happened to me once before. This is a funny story. But there was a guy, his profile was My Good Thing. And I didn't realize, because this was back in 2016, I didn't realize that when you clicked on the picture, it sent him a smile. It took me months to figure that part out. But here's the thing. I had my login. My sister had my login. My best friend had the login. And we're all logged in at one time. And I'm clicking on pictures and they clicking on pictures. So it seems like I'm just sending smile, 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 smile. He was so cute too. And he blocked me. I was like, what did I do? But then when I was looking at somebody else's and I happened to click on that picture, said, you sent them a smile. I'm like, oh my God, that's what it was. So I don't know if that's still the case, but on that particular platform, if you click on the picture, they do have the little arrow thing where you can arrow over, but if you click on a picture, it's going to send them a smile. I didn't realize that back in 2016. I was very careful in 2025 not to touch nothing. Like, I don't want to touch anything. If you want to update your profile or you want to take pictures down and add new pictures, they on eHarmony, you can do all of that, but they give you like a 24 to 48 hour approval, right? They have to approve it first before they will let you just put up there what you want to put up there. If your picture has anything out of the order, they won't approve it. They'll push it out. They're like, nope, we don't like this one. But it takes about, usually mine was up by 24 hours. I try to keep my pictures fresh because I take pictures all the time. And I really want people to know what they're getting, right? Hey, this is me. This is what it is. I took pictures at the gym because I'm a gym girl. I took pictures at church because I'm a church girl. I took pictures of me singing because I'm on the worship team. I took pictures outside of church in just my different fashion because I'm a fashion girl. I had some short hair. I had some long hair. You know, whatever it is that you are, put it out there. for that, so that people will know going in. Don't make people guess. Don't make people trying to figure it out. Don't give too much. Again, that's why I use my buddy Chad to help me say all that I needed to say, but say it like this. And then they were like, well, do you want to come from the single mom perspective? Do you want to come from the Christian perspective? Do you want to come from the professional? How do you want to do it? And so by the time it cracked, and I had to go through for a minute to get it together, but I think it read well. The only thing that I know for sure, and I'll tell you, this is how the Lord works for me. When I met my boyfriend now, that's so weird to say. When I met him now, the next day after I matched with him, I actually changed my profile. And I'm not sure that he would have matched me with the profile, with the new profile. And I changed it because I wasn't sure what was going to go on. I had sent him whatever, he had looked at it, and then I matched the next day, but I was still looking, right? So nothing is in stone. Just because you like somebody or they like you doesn't mean y'all together, right? It took a minute for us to get together. I think we've always been together because that's what it was, but that's not the same with everybody. And so you got to make sure that you know why you're going into it. If you have kids, again, I did 9 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. I gave my time a limit because you can be out here doing a whole lot. I did not have the app on my phone. I have to work during the day. I have kids. I got stuff that I got to do. If I'm on the app constantly, I'm not getting everything else done. They have anything. Black professionals, Black people meet. That one don't ever. I didn't try FB dating, but I know a friend of mine who actually was one of my high school friends. She actually met her husband on Facebook dating. I didn't try that one, so I can't speak to that one. But I will tell you this: she was sharing a funny story, and she was sharing some pictures of when they went out on one of their very first dates or something. They were at like a college homecoming or something, because they're real big in the college scene. And she showed him a picture. He was like, I don't remember posing for that picture. She was like, I know you don't. But her best friend happened to be on the date as well, even though he didn't know it, and was snapping pictures. So when I tell you, put safeguards in place to keep you safe, I mean that thing with my whole spirit. Keep you safe. You don't know who's out here. You don't know what's happening. All you need to know is there are people that have alternate agendas to what you have, and I need to feel safe. If I don't feel safe with you, I'm not. I think it was very it wasn't 3 or 4 months in before I ever rode in the car with my boyfriend. I got my own vehicle. I'm good. But when I went to his place, when I went down to his area, I was unfamiliar. But I knew him well enough at that point that I could go there, and he came to pick me up at my hotel, right? He picked me up. We went and hanged out for a bit, and then he brought me back to my hotel. He did not come to my room. He didn't get out. He didn't know what room he didn't know any of that stuff. Now, most people say, well, that's, a gentleman will walk you to your room. He dropped me off. We were fine. It was okay. I was fine. I need nothing. I didn't need anything, extra. Again, I was making sure that I needed to go home to my kids. My kids and I, we actually got Life 360 on our phone, so we know where everybody is at every moment. I'm not saying that everybody has a bad agenda, but I am saying there's too many stories out here with poor outcomes for me to not be safe. Again, my kids know where I am, and he knows they know. He knows they have my location. He knows everything about that. And he, says, do I need to, I'll be happy to tell all of them that I'm keeping you safe, or whatever the case. We set up family chat, group chat. He can join the chat. Listen, they need to know. Make sure somebody knows I'm leaving. I'm getting on the road. I know when I was leaving from Super Bowl Sunday, because I only stayed till the halftime show because it was a 2-hour drive. And my daughter was like, Mom, are you in the car? I said, I'm in the car. She said, let me see. I had to turn on the FaceTime and show her that I was getting in the car. But y'all been dating for 6 months. It don't matter. I'm still going to be safe. Do I feel threatened by him at all? No, I don't. But I'm still going to be safe for my kids. They need to know, because maybe your children might not be there. That's the last thing I'm going to say. If you have kids and they're not ready yet, I'm not saying you should not do it, but think about your children. I know 5 years ago when my daughter was 17, my youngest daughter, she was not ready. She was just not ready. It was not her jam. She cried. She was like, Mom, I don't know about this. 5 years later, I don't have any problems with any of my children. Everybody is living their best life. Mom, do whatever you want. We're good with it. So most people would not put their love life on hold for the sake of their family. That was my personal choice. He knows, again, how much I love my kids. He doesn't have children. He does not desire to have children, because we had that conversation. I said, you're young enough that you could have kids if you want to. You can find somebody. And he's like, Shakima, that's not, when I turn 40, I said, if I don't have them by 40, I guess I'm not going to have them. And he's older than 40. So he's beyond that point in his life, which is something that I asked the Lord for. I wanted my kids to feel special. I'm not saying that he wouldn't have made them feel special if he had kids, but I just didn't want it. I know that's selfish on my part, but I wanted what I wanted, and he doesn't have children. He doesn't want to have any. I can't have children. I'm done. And if I could, I wouldn't have not another one. So we're good with all of that. Make sure that you're not settling. I'm not settling. There's nothing about him that makes me feel like I'm settling. If anything, I feel like I'm getting so much more. One thing I know I shared before on my YouTube platform, that I always wanted to outdo my husband, right? I wanted to outgive him, outlove him. And right now we're kind of in this little battle of who's going to give each other the most things. And at the most random times, at the most random days, stuff shows up at my house. I'm like, you little stinker. What did you do? He's like, I saw something and I wanted you to have it. And so he sent it. And I'm like, okay. Now, he didn't have my address in the very beginning. I think it was probably around Christmas time before he ever got my address. So he knows where I live, but he's never been to my home. That's fine. That's just, my kids are here. They are fine to be here. He's fine to come and visit. But again, I don't want my kids feeling like they got to go to a different room. They can't be at home. We ain't at that point yet. And I know at the very beginning, I prayed. I said, Lord, I just want to spend time with my person. I didn't go into it trying to make one big happy family to start, right? That's a thing. I don't want my kids involved with him. They need to know where I am. They need to know who I'm with. But I need us to solidify us before I bring my kids into it. And that was important to me. So as I move along in this empty nested phase, because Jackson will graduate in just a few months, as I move along in this empty nested phase, I just still, again, want him to be for me. I want us to solidify. I want us to get to know each other. I want us to spend as much time together as we can. That's my goal, dream, hope in all the things. So anywho, y'all, it's family. We're actually starting a new thing in our family where we're doing our quarterly family financial meeting. And so we have a meeting at 6 o'clock. So I got to get off from here. I hope it was helpful information. Again, those are the only people that I follow. Tony Gaskins, and I don't even follow them as much as I used to way back. Tony Gaskins, Dr. R.C. Blakes, Trill AC, he's in Houston, and Melissa DeVars Thompson from Embracing Joy Therapy. I don't follow nobody. I hear other people. Listen, I don't follow nobody else, just these people. But you might have somebody that you know that you prefer better. They said to me what I needed to hear, and it helped me. That's good advice. So many people try to force a blended family or step parent situation. Yeah, I didn't want that. I just needed him and me to be together, because the truth of my situation is all my kids are grown except Jackson. They get to determine if they want to be involved in our lives. They don't have to. And I'm okay with that. Now, they probably will, because there'll be a time when we combine Christmases and holidays and all the things. But today, that's not our situation. We don't have to be one big happy family at this moment. I know I talked about with Alana, we want to go to, just so that we can start spending more time together as they will allow me. As the summer comes along, there's a little kind of a theme park thing kind of close to us. And I thought, hey, it would be nice to do some putt-putt and some golf carts and go-karts and some laser tag and all. That'll be a fun thing for us to do. He loves bowling. We love bowling. We bowl for fun. We don't bowl for competition. So don't come over here with that. That would be a great thing to start incorporating them into that situation as the summer comes along, when I'll have more time. Right now, my time is limited and I want to spend that time with him. He doesn't have all of the dynamics that I do with children. And so he understands that I have to work around my schedule, and he's fine with that. He has a very demanding job. I understand that I have to work around his schedule. He works with, well, anyway, he has a very demanding job. And so I understand that I got to work around his schedule. So there are moments when we might want to be together that it just doesn't work out this weekend or this particular day. That's why we go out on Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday's the best day we got this week. So it is what it is. But again, go through your list, write it down if you have to, and be what's on the list. You know, I messaged him the other day. I said, there's an Amazon package coming to your house for you. Well, why you buying me stuff? Because you bought me something. And it's not I'm going to get you something if you get me something. But I have had to say to him, don't not let me bless you. I'm able to, at this moment, do what I want to do in this regard. So let me do it. In the very beginning, I didn't do anything. I don't pay for meals. I don't pay tips. He'll pay for the meal. He'll pay for the tips. He'll pay for the activity, all of that. He is so manly. I don't have to worry about any of that. But as we move along, now I'm at a point where, hey, I'll pick it up, or I'll get the pizza, or whatever the case is. I'm going to visit tomorrow. I actually have a funeral, but I'm going to go and hang out for a little bit tomorrow. I'm bringing the food. I'm bringing the meal. I'm bringing it in my cooler bag, and I'll bring my cooler bag back home when I come home. I'm putting everything I need in the bag and carrying it on with me. When I went for the Super Bowl, he got the food. He ordered out and brought it back. And then when I left at halftime, whatever was left, he ate it. Right. So now we're at a point where we can go back and forth with each other. And that's just, it's going to work out for us. So anywho, y'all, like the video, share, subscribe, do all the things. If you have questions, please just message me or something. I'll try to answer as best I can. Am I an expert? No. Did this work? Has it worked for me? At this moment, it has. It has worked for me. I believe that this is a good situation right now. And I believe that God is going to pull us further. Can I say 100%? I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I'm living for today, and today's a good day. So there we are. Anywho, y'all, thank you so much for joining me. Like the video, share, subscribe, do all of the things, and we will see you next time. Bye now. See y'all later. Bye, everybody. Thank y'all so much for joining me.